You're not rooting for your own team.
You can't walk out on the set, bro. That's the cut anyway. Top 5 NBA players. I can go 6 Lakers in my stuff.
LeBron at 1.
I gotta go with Akeem.
Jordan at 2.
Magic. I'm gonna take Kobe. Kareem.
My small forward, I take Latrell Sprewell.
This guy.
Sportsmanlike conduct podcast.
You guys watch the Olympics?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who played? Everybody.
Good sport.
Basketball.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about synchronized swimming, man.
No.
Those Germans are pretty good.
Women's volleyball.
How you doing, Pete?
What's good, man?
LeBron got the MVP of the Olympics.
Yeah, I'm ready. I don't even know if you want to start that with me, man.
Do you agree with that analysis?
Yes.
That assessment?
Yes, I do.
I agree also. Brother O,
Oh, I'm
think
here.
LeBron should have got
No.
No?
Of course. No.
realness.
Hell.
I don't know how you can justify that.
Big Chris.
Yes.
Should LeBron have gotten the MVP of the Olympics?
No.
No? Who should have got
I
it?
think Rich Paul created that award, son.
Yeah.
For the world, bro. Yeah, Rich Paul created that. He got that much pull, son.
Who do I think should have got it on the?
It's only up.
It's only out of 2 people.
I mean, there's Steph Curry. You could easily make an argument that Steph Curry should have got it. I'm gonna have to just go with that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, I know
Lamar
Ponix
Jackson
know the
shoulda got
stats, right? What was LeBron's stats for the Olympics? Why you look annoyed, man? Why you look annoyed?
I'm just waiting for the other shoe to fall, man.
Ah, man.
Just waiting for the other shoe.
Let's shoot
Yo, you know it's coming, man. Just talk, man. Stop this shit, yo.
Friendly-
Stop this shit. I ain't
friendly
doing
fire, man.
nothing. I'm
Just
not
say what the
doing
fuck
nothing.
you gotta say. He's asking you a question, man.
I'm not. See what I'm saying? Look.
Because you making it. You making it. You just adding fuel to this, son.
Y'all see video. I'm not doing anything.
Come on, man. Let's go, man. Get this shit over with.
Anything, bro.
Give me the LeBron
just
stats
anything,
for
bro.
the 6-game Olympics, man.
Man, listen. I don't even know. I
Come
don't.
on.
I don't.
All right, I give you time to look it up.
I don't.
I think LeBron should have got it, though. There's no other choice. He played consistent basketball. But I really I got a bone to pick with this guy, Anthony Edwards. Mr. The offense should go through me.
That's who should have got MVP. It meant
I don't think so? Nah.
14. Wasn't he the leading scorer? 14, 6, and 8.
LeBron.
Yes.
And what was Curry?
Well, that's going to be inflated those last 2 games. Hey, listen, we going by average, man. That's part of his average. Can't go by the average. Now we can't go by the average.
This shit is
Because
bullshit,
it's
man.
not.
Now we can't go by the average.
So we don't know math now.
What's Curry, bro?
We don't know. I'm pull it up.
Now we can't go. This is what
First of all,
we going
how
by
the
the
fuck-
average.
Is this like a new?
We can't go by the
a
average.
new fucking trophy, like
Very
a new
new.
Yeah, I
accolade.
told you, Rich Paul just created this shit, son.
So
very new.
let's start with that shit. Like, how the fuck this shit is happening, kid?
If Curry would have been the best player, there wouldn't have been no award. For most of the Olympics, he wasn't the best player on the team.
Listen, I agree with that.
I agree.
I agree with
2
that. I'm not gonna
games-
say that.
2 games out of the 6, he exploded.
But hold on a
Fact.
second. So if
I ain't fighting. I ain't, yo. It meant, all right. What did I say LeBron had?
14, 6, and 6.
14, 3, and 2.
All right.
but hold on a
Curry should have
second.
won it.
So you counting these who said Curry should have won it?
Chris.
I did.
Oh. I'm saying
Yo, they would have lost if they wasn't there.
Oh
though.
yeah, see?
But I'm the one moving the trophies. I'm the one.
Yo, let's keep it a buck though. They didn't really start playing till Durant got going, kid. They was playing like trash until he came on the before he started playing.
I got a question. What was the question?
That's your
the question?
question?
What was the question?
Who should have got it?
You see how we just started to go, wow, who should it have won it? That wasn't even the question, but all right.
That's cool, though.
That's cool.
What do you think about Tatum not playing?
I don't know where they were trying to find the minutes. Like, people saying that, granted, I understand in those games, certain games, they were
They say he
winning,
was a liability.
just put him in. But I think people fell in love with a product that because they saw him playing before KD got back right. KD got back right. You're not telling me that Tatum plays over KD or LeBron. So where do you come into the game?
He didn't
I
bring
think
what
he didn't have a
I don't think
spot,
he,
bro.
yeah, I don't think
He
he
didn't
brought
have a
what they
spot.
needed, son.
They should have picked him then.
And then if Kawhi was on the team, where does those minutes come from for him anyway?
Who took Kawhi's spot? Halliburton?
No, Derek White.
Derek White.
Oh shit.
That's what I'm saying.
He was
Where-
getting mad bird for
Where does
Bird.
minutes
For whatever reason.
because he's
son.
also a hustle player.
Damn.
I don't know. I hope this motivates him, though.
Oh, Golden
Next year.
State Boston. He's gonna score 60.
He shouldn't even
He better
motivate
drop
next
60,
Olympics.
son.
Why not? It'll be his
Olympics is
team.
bullshit now.
What he said?
It's
The Olympics
bullshit
is bullshit now. Yeah,
because LeBron won an award, right?
yeah. That he won an award that
Yo, what only thing I
some shit that was manufactured, kid.
Yeah.
That's
Only
that's
thing
why
that
it's
been
bullshit.
manufactured if anybody won.
Yo, Realness, we had a discussion offline about, you was telling me about
his
how they picked the Olympic team. Something you
Oh
was-
yeah, so I had read an article where it was saying that the reason why Brown didn't get selected, him and Kyrie, because they were no longer Kyrie got dropped from Nike, and Jalen wasn't part of Nike, and they selected only the teams like
all Nike players.
all Nike players except for
Anthony Edwards.
Steph Curry is
Steph
with
Curry.
Yeah.
who's sponsored by Adidas,
Steph
right?
Curry's under Under Armour, right?
But when somebody's sponsored by Adidas, I think
Anthony
Anthony
Edwards.
Edwards is sponsored by Adidas, and then in a photo shoot that they took, you see all the players that have on Adidas are like in the
blurred
background,
out.
like you have Anthony Edwards, who's supposed to be one of the shortest players in the background because they didn't want you to see him
Well, they did that
promote
with
his
Jordan.
Adidas.
They did that with Jordan.
I think
back in the day.
I don't think that's accurate.
We know why. We know why both of those players didn't go to the Olympics.
Exactly.
That's
That's
obvious. one.
bro. I feel like the
especially
Olympics,
Brown, right? We want to start Black Wall Street. So
Yeah.
like, we can't have
bro.
this
Come
guy.
on, son. We know what it is. That's why when Stephen A. Smith come out and say circles don't like him, there's a reason.
Yeah, I don't like that
let's
he did
stop
that
doing
shit
that,
either,
bro.
son.
We know why
Stephen A.
certain
gotta stop
players
that
don't
bullshit,
get the
son.
love that they get, bro.
Yeah, he hating on Dak, too.
We watch 70% of the league talk about Kyrie's the craziest player we watch most of the people that's on the court talk about how great the guy is, and you're not putting him on the team. Bro, come on. It's not a basketball decision. Let's
Yeah,
be serious.
Definitely not.
It's not. It's the same reason why Sha'Carri didn't qualify last time. Bro, you don't do stuff with the higher powers. They're
Go
going to
against the
find
grain.
ways to keep you home.
Yeah.
I don't think it's right, but does it make sense?
What do you guys think about the player, Anthony Edwards?
You're not going to get me to say anything bad. I'm just, y'all can go again.
Think he's a good player?
I'm not saying nothing bad about him, but
I think he's good.
Somebody think he's not good.
definitely a good player.
He just gets tired though in the playoffs.
I think he's
Just gets tired.
Rudy
Well,
Gobert can't guard the three.
I think he's a misinformed
what?
young man.
He got tired.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Yo, why you? What's up, bro?
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, you blaming Rudy Gobert. I didn't even say it was his fault. I just say he got
just said-
tired.
Yeah.
It's Edwards' words, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I'm just
thinking,
saying Rudy Gobert
see?
can't guard the three.
Yeah, you can't even criticize anybody for telling what they said.
No,
Somebody.
he just
You just criticize Rudy Gobert.
You
We're
made a
not talking
statement, I
about
made a
it.
statement. Yeah,
know
he was in the Friends game, and again, I've never seen a defensive player of the year basically be non-existent, even
listen,
in the
man.
World's games.
Nobody plays defense.
I wanna talk about how misinformed this young man Anthony Edwards is, right? He made a comment about old school basketball, or the older players were not athletic. Only Jordan
They weren't skilled.
was
Skilled.
I'm sorry, skilled. Only Jordan was at the time.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of players clap back. Paul George said something. Magic had a problem with it. Magic said, "You don't talk to anybody that doesn't win championships, high school, college, or NBA level."
He
But-
won a high school championship.
Did he?
Yeah.
He said he wasn't clear on that, but
It doesn't matter. Bro.
yeah, it doesn't matter. High school, everybody.
See, these are the kind of comments that. Did anybody ask him a question?
Yes.
What was the question they asked?
To pertain to that, ask him about old school players.
They asked him about old school players. I don't even.
It doesn't even matter what the question was.
It don't.
He's got to come with a
It
better
don't.
answer though.
I don't think he does. It's very on brand for him. I'm not gonna lie. Since his draft stock, yeah, I'm not saying anything that hasn't been said from him, bro. In his draft, he was saying, I watch football more than basketball. So much that people almost didn't take him number one because they was like, they don't know if he really loves the game. He literally said in the beginning of that answer to that quote, said, yo, not gonna lie, don't really watch basketball. So when somebody says that, he's already showing that he's missing
So
form.
then we should have just
He don't even care. Like,
we should just deaded him after that then.
I feel that's how I feel. That's why I don't think it was that big of a story. Because if I'm literally telling you, like, yo, like, I didn't watch much of it. I'm literally telling you, like, yo, like,
But that's
I'm
a
gonna
big story
speak from-
because you're ignorant.
I'm gonna speak. Yeah, but that's what he said. I'm speaking to my ignorance, and then I also feel like what people fail to realize is that some people are just very good at the sport. Not everybody's a student of the game, and I feel like he's one of those people. He's not. He don't need to be a student of the game, but he's still one of the best players in the league.
If he was, in my opinion, if he was a student of the game, he wouldn't have been tired.
Okay,
Would not have been tired doing that, son. You gotta.
I don't
gotta
disagree,
pace
but
yourself.
I
You gotta-
also
you
feel
gotta
like
be
you
a
got.
trainer.
I feel like you gotta look at the age too.
Yeah, he's 23 years old.
You feel me? Like
The gap is getting bigger. man.
KD is his favorite player. KD is his favorite player. So that means he watched KD growing up. You know what I mean? He didn't watch Jordan. So his basketball, like, that's probably where his attention span goes to. And when you see basketball played a certain way, you might not want to go back that because you see where it's headed. So I understand why he said what he said because he's not watching it, but
I think you
people
just
have a
gotta-
right to say whatever they want.
Yeah, but you gotta be careful, bro. This is the sport you're in. You're here to move the game on and pay homage to the cats that came before you. Yo, you're not gonna understand this till you get old, bro.
Nah.
And he won't
that's
understand
not
this
gonna
either.
happen.
I'm telling you, bro.
I'm telling you it's not. Because I already pay homage to y'all. I pay homage to y'all, and I'm already fighting the fight
All right,
now
well, you
that you
okay?
telling me
You're
that
a
I'm gonna do
special
later.
human being.
Not even.
All
Not
right?
even.
But to say stuff like that is just
reckless.
What is these
reckless.
dudes talking about, dog?
It doesn't matter though. Okay, like you can say whatever the fuck you want to say now because these kids get so much money. It's not even about winning anymore.
That's true.
So they getting $100 million contracts.
What can you tell?
That's the winning.
So why? So
That's the winners,
And I
son.
say what I want to say. Get the fuck out of
50, 60
I don't gotta
million
have
a
no
year.
championships to back it up. I don't gotta have no any other accolades. I got money.
He's not wrong. That's how people think.
And the argument is I'm getting this money when the players that played did not get that money.
So
that's where the arrogance come from.
Yeah.
who's in between them, right? So you got Anthony Edwards probably on the lower end, right? We could agree that
The lower end of what?
of
Stars in the league?
I mean, eight.
age-wise
Age-wise.
on the lower end.
Yeah.
And so you got him, Shy, SGA, all. And then you got LeBron, KD, Curry
Yeah.
at the top. Who's in the middle of that to try to bridge that? That is like necessary, like because it's so far. Like if you want, even all right, we're gonna look at the Celtics with who won. So you got Jaylen Brown and Tatum.
Mm-hmm.
They're not on the level of Anthony Edwards.
You don't
And
think
they're
so?
not. No, I don't believe that. Anthony Edwards better than them,
Really?
in my opinion. Yeah,
That's a hot take.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a
No,
hot
he's
take.
better
I think
by
they're
far.
thinking the same thing.
Nah,
By
nah.
far?
I think by far.
At 23 years old?
At 20, skill wise, yes.
Okay.
Skill wise, what I saw him do in the playoffs, yes.
Okay.
And even John Morant, I don't want to leave him out too. So they on that lower end of age wise, and you got them. So like, who's in between, like in the late 20s?
I think late
Well,
20s?
Yeah,
it would be
but that
them.
would be Jaden. that
It would be them.
Yeah,
Jaylen
but
Brown,
that's what I'm saying.
Tatum.
But they're not.
Yeah,
Jaylen Brown is
it's
nice for a
27.
different reason. He's like 27,
27,
28. But
28,
Jaylen
yeah.
Brown
I need
is
somebody like
different.
30.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right, so, all right.
But like
cool.
in between that, like who's like
the players?
could demand a max contract?
Well, they fallen off, but what you call it? Paul George just signed.
How old is Smart?
Nah, Smart can't sign.
He's old?
You're not signing no max.
Nah, Paul Smart.
I'm just saying,
But-
like,
but
age
Paul
wise.
George-
Smart
Paul
is
George is
a
in-
different player.
Paul George is in his 30s.
Yeah, you could say and Kawhi maybe.
Kawhi.
Yo,
But Kawhi is not boisterous. So, but
Yeah,
like,
he's not gonna say anything.
so Paul George. I don't know. I forgot exactly what Paul George said about it. But all right. So if Paul George is the best in that range, but I think Paul George is like what? He's like 34. So I can't even.
But he's
What about
not. He's
Anthony
not
Towns?
with Bron.
Ain't Towns
That's what I'm
young?
saying. But he's their
He's
age.
the bridge.
I don't believe
Ain't
so.
Towns,
because-
bridge,
ain't
bro.
Towns like 30,
No.
29?
Nah,
He's still
Towns
young.
is he's
He's
probably
still young.
25, 26,
Yeah,
man.
Okay, he's in
Paul
that.
George is 34.
Yeah, Anthony Davis
Anthony-
and Paul George is.
yeah.
Anthony Davis is what now? He's
Towns-
30. He probably
He
just
might be
hit 30.
32, 31,
He might have
32.
just hit 30. But like, okay, so Anthony Davis is probably the best. Listen, to me, I thought he was the best player throughout there. His stats may not have showed what they're looking for with points, assists.
He was very dynamic.
and all that,
I know
but
what you're saying.
he was the one that shined on throughout the whole Olympics for me. So he would have got MVP. He was my MVP in that whole Olympics because he played defense, offense, grab rebounds.
Davis?
So when you watch basketball, somebody always jumps out on the screen when you're watching the squad. That's what Anthony Edwards is. He's like, this dude is a blur, athletic, whatever. And he got the 3-point shot. Like, right now, he's unstoppable. I don't think anybody can fuck. That's why I said he's better than Jaylen Brown or Tatum.
Okay.
But, like, there's nobody to bridge in between them. Like, LeBron, shout out to LeBron, but he's been trying to give somebody the fucking reins of the league, and nobody is taking Curry. He's not giving it to Curry because Curry is his contemporary, basically. And he's trying to give it to, and nobody wants it, son. Nobody is taking that mantle from him, yo. And he's still, if LeBron's not the best player, he's in the top 5,
All right,
top
so-
10.
So we just
So nobody's there to bridge that.
Really? So, all right.
so we just
where,
forget the past then?
Where do you
Yes.
put? Where do you
Like
put?
it's over?
It is.
No, it's not-
because
it's not-
nobody's doing it, son.
It's-
Even Kyrie. But Kyrie is more cerebral than all these other cats, man.
So where would you put? All right. So in that question, where would you put like the Jokers and the Joel Embiid
I
or
don't
Giannis?
I don't consider them American athletes. So that's different for me. They're foreign athletes to me. Except,
Okay.
Scott might think differently.
They're American
Embiid is
citizens,
American.
okay?
But they're foreigners. So
Beat is from 3 places.
they're foreigners to me. So I'm saying they might not understand the history of being in the league. Like Joker only understands what was going on in Serbia. I should say only, but
I don't
but
expect
he-
that.
I don't-
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
think
saying.
Well, he's
Foreign
catching record
players,
in
though,
NBA
man.
now, though.
But why
Huh?
I don't think
he's
that,
catching
though?
record in NBA now?
No, I understand. See, here's what I'm trying to say, right? Like Magic came in clearly when Magic came in as a rookie, he was the man
Okay.
coming out of college, right?
Yeah.
But he didn't come and say, yo, I'm going to score 50 points. I'm going to be the man. Like, I'm the best. He knew that Kareem was the best player on the team. He probably didn't even want to take Norm Nixon's spot because he liked Norm Nixon. But this is what it is. They like the players that are there before. They understand it, or they give them knowledge, basically, the older players. So they're not, like the younger players, I don't feel are receptive to the knowledge they could get.
They making the fucking money,
I
son.
get
But
it, son.
with the money comes the fucking arrogance, son.
Of course.
I understand that, and I understand what you're saying. I'll pose a question. Do you not think that that's because it depends on the franchise that you're being brought to? Because that's the main argument to, like, the Magic argument is a great example about what I'm about to say. Your vet is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's a hell of a fucking vet. If you're Anthony Edwards coming into what is the prize history of the Timberwolves? No disrespect to the Timberwolves, but bro, he's the best thing they got going since KG. It's very easy to kind of get the space of where Rudy's going, because now you sign a max deal, bro. But he has one more year like this. You can literally make the argument that he's one of the all-time best players in Timberwolves history.
KG didn't like what he said either.
He didn't.
KG
But
was
that's
not
why I'm
trying to
saying.
hear.
Outside of KG, they don't have prestigious history, bro.
Marbury.
So here's my next question then. So just The gap is gonna never be bridged.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think
Forget-
that.
forget
I
the
think,
past.
I think it's very hard.
Basketball starts now.
I think where the issue becomes the issue, I think when players are the it factor, like they have the it factor, it's not, like you said, LeBron's been trying to like pass it on to people for the, you know,
I don't
for
even
the
think he
last
wants the pressure.
past 5 years. He's been, I'm looking for somebody to take the title, right? When these guys are coming in and they're having early success at the rate that they're having, he went to the conference finals, bro. It's like his third season. It's very as much as people know, like slow it down. They were calling him the next Jordan, bro. You know what I'm saying? So if that person starts feeling themselves, I can see where that arrogance starts to come because they're having the success. It's kind of hard to ask the guy opinions about himself.
Listen,
he's gonna bloviate about
Wait,
himself.
he's gonna get away with this shit. Nobody's gonna.
He
nobody-
is.
that's
Nobody's
what
gonna.
I'm- that's my
nobody's
point.
gonna do shit to this kid,
Nobody's
bro.
gonna check him.
They just gonna let
I
him
think-
score 40
I
fucking
think
points.
LeBron
supposed
should have
to?
said something to him.
Somebody on the
LeBron-
court though. On the court.
Yeah.
This was after though,
I know, but I'm saying like
and
when,
Kevin Durant was
like
sitting
when
right
the season
there.
starts, you gotta let him. You gotta let him feel something, bro. Like he go to the lane, you gotta.
Whoa.
You gotta get a flagrant 2 or something on him, son.
They don't do that no more, son.
Yeah,
Like,
nah,
you,
they
you
just-
just you
you-
can't say that shit.
Today
and just
you
come
say
into
whatever
the league,
the fuck
But
you
you know
want
what?
to
There's
say,
nobody
son.
in the league. There's nobody in the league now that played against Jordan except
Exactly.
LeBron.
We didn't care about that. Well, Jordan didn't.
But
he didn't
LeBron
play.
is doing everything in his power to surpass him. So if you could say that Anthony Edwards is the next Jordan or somewhat better than Jordan, whatever, we all know LeBron's better than Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
No,
that
I don't
helps
know
his
that. I don't know
narrative.
that. I don't know that at all.
No, right now we know that. I'm not gonna listen.
But
As much as
Rudy's on
I'm an
something.
LB hater, son, you know.
I don't know that.
I
I'm
just-
not gonna say that.
I just did the math, Rudy. You're right. The money's outrageous. Say you're one and done, right? You come into the league 19. You're like top 10 pick. You get 4 years, 50 million. Right?
Damn, that's what you're getting as a rookie.
Yeah, these
Rookie
cats.
deal?
Yeah,
You getting
check
bread.
check them rookie deals.
Damn. And if you're the
Right?
number
That's 4
one,
years.
Yeah.
After that, you sign your 5-year max, 250. You're already at 300 million.
That's already money.
You're only
that the
fucking
other
28
niggas
years
didn't
old.
make. Yeah.
Your next one's coming up. So now you got the super max because you're an all-star. 350 million.
first team All American. I mean,
So by the
first team
time you're
All-American,
33
first team
years old,
All-NBA.
you have already made $650 million.
Magic
mean,
may make nowhere near
Who
that.
gives a fuck, right?
No
Championship or not?
Don't
You,
need
you
chips.
made it, bro.
That's it.
But I also feel like that's to say that I feel like the one thing that you can say about every era is the person that you chose to be head and shoulders about everybody. It was made sure that there was a divide. Meaning, like Dominique Wilkins, as good as Dominique Wilkins could be, and I look at old clips and stuff like that. They said that him and Jordan was a rivalry. You're telling me this in 2024, you're not going to let me, I'm not going to admit to Dominique Wilkins ever being a rival to somebody, especially if I don't go back and watch those games because you don't hear about it.
In a dunk contest, maybe.
No,
Exactly.
even in the game.
But even in the games, they had good
games.
matchups, but you would have to go back to see that. You see what I'm saying? You're taught the game very differently nowadays because when you talk, it's the reason why it's in the intro. Latrell Sprewell could have been a very great player.
He was.
For sure.
He was the best Timberwolf, man.
I'm not putting him in my all-time starting five. And I guarantee if we go on the street and do interviews and we ask little kids, like we go to the basketball park, we ask them, yo, do you know? Most of them gonna say no. So for him to put him in the starting five, you're talking about to what you've seen. There's certain plays that you like and you see and you followed because of what you saw. But they get lost in time because the NBA is a stars league. It's been Michael Jordan's league. It was Jerry West's league. It was Julius Erving's league. It was LeBron. Even in 2K, they doing it. You can go back to the eras. They got Magic Johnson era. They got Kobe era. They got Curry era. If that's the way it's being given to the kids, pause, it's very easy for you to, I don't want to say disrespect older players, but out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, but that's different.
Players don't know. Like
That's
I can
different than
guarantee
saying-
you, I can guarantee you that he knows Michael Jordan. They don't know no Kevin Johnson, bro. I know he doesn't know
Yeah,
him.
you might be right.
So if you gotta think about, and then on top of it, the people that do know it are gonna be older, and if they're older, guess what they're doing? We're talking about it and we're educating them. But how much education can I give Anthony Edwards if he's one of the best players in the league?
But what this is
Fuck
what
what I gotta say.
But that has nothing to do with what he said. I get what
No,
you're
no, no,
saying,
I'm just
but
saying-
what
I'm
he
s-
said
I'm saying-
is so reckless and so fucking
Because
disrespectful, son.
because of
uninformed.
he's uninformed.
Yeah,
And
but that's
once
the whole point.
But
you
this,
know, you can say in your own fucking in your own franchise that you play for.
yeah.
Somebody there was a part of that era you shitting on that nobody was athletic. The fuck out of
But
here,
what
son.
Rudy is saying, but what Rudy says is
That's
is
fucking
is
reckless, bro.
That's the
That's-
exclamation point
that's
on
rude,
the point,
son.
though,
Yeah.
because you're vindicated by what? I just signed $250 million.
Yeah.
What is it that you can tell me I can't do better than you? The franchise is shown. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying that's where that arrogance can come.
I think a lot of that arrogance though is coming from this younger generation that believes that they've reinvented this game of basketball.
Yeah, they came up
That
with
too,
all this.
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
all that
They
Because
expanded it.
did they really?
Every
Just because wait, hold on.
Everybody-
Just because you're making more money.
just because you dribble the ball more, just because you take you're shooting the ball from further back now, doesn't mean it's changed the game. The end result is to put the ball in the hole and to score the most points.
Okay.
So just because he does it with a little bit more finesse does not mean that he's more skilled than anybody that did it back in the days.
All right, so
In terms of what gets you on the court nowadays, I would say more is required out of the day-to-day NBA player if you're gonna have meaningful minutes. And because I feel that way, that's why I feel like the game you can say that it's expanded. Because Rudy Gobert, I'd not to keep going back there, but if Rudy Gobert,
this nigga got mad hate
Rudy
for
Gobert,
Rudy, son.
no. Rudy Gobert would be one of the best big men of all time. Because what was required back in the day in terms of production, they don't need him to be
Get
this,
20 points.
Exactly. They don't need this. Joel Embiid should score 60. Among his contemporaries, he's not good. But if you look at him compared to he won three defensive players of the year. Bro, at this point he's on the route to being a Hall of Famer. But I've never seen somebody that's not feared like Rudy Gobert is.
Let me ask you this.
Last word, Chris. You got one more word, Rudy?
What skill is it that you believe Anthony Edwards believes that he possessed that the players back in the days did not possess? Because there's shooters back in the days, there's dunkers back in the days,
I feel like
there's defenders back in the days. So what skill is it that he brings to the table now that wasn't there then?
he's actually a pretty
I
decent defender too.
I feel like the all around portion is what the difference is. Because yes, there were shooters, yes, there were defenders, and yes, there were all these different things, but they were like looked at as specialists. Like they had bruisers. You don't expect Charles Oakley to drop 30 points. But now if he's the shooter, the driver, the point guard, and all these things, more is required of him in terms of production, as
that's why he
opposed to
gets
just
tired.
being running to a spot and shooting. Not to belittle a shooter, but I'm saying more is required of somebody of his stature compared to now. Because the only person, a lot of players have a green light that was non-existent unless you were somebody back in the day. That's the difference that I get.
I want to end with this. I think the league should do something about new players coming into the league and just saying out blatantly disrespectful shit to, especially to like Hall of Famers.
What should they do?
And one of the things that they should do is that to protect the integrity of the NBA, because they're gonna be older players too, and they're gonna want their legacy or they status as a Hall of Famer to be protected. What should happen is a young player like Edwards should There should be like somewhere like in a clause in his contract. Like, listen,
like a gag order.
I wouldn't necessarily call it that, but some type of restriction. Like, listen, you just can't go out and just say flabbergasted shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the league needs to be. The players have to be protected, okay? Like you just can't go off this thing saying left shit about. Yeah, you were better than this person when you wasn't even in that era and had nothing to prove to support your
nobody's gonna listen to.
That's why you got flagrant twos, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, but you know what? I mean, listen. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, us talking about it is giving more credence to it than what it really deserves because we've all seen the game. We've all acknowledged the game. If he believes that he's more skilled than anybody back in the days, that's for him to believe. Exactly. But.
He didn't say he wasn't skilled. He's more skilled. He said they weren't skilled.
Yeah, so that's fine. But you know what? If that's what that man believes, but he wasn't. So
what's the punishment? What's the punishment for that, Chris?
What's the punishment?
You can't say shit.
Why?
You can't say these kind of things,
listen. I mean, you got dudes like Gilbert Arenas who's just on his podcast talking about that Kobe.
Right, I heard that shit.
Yeah, he basically saying the same thing. He believes in his mind that he was the best player to ever walk on the court. And
somebody said he wasn't athletic. I think
he said something to
No, I thought somebody said it to Arenas.
No. Gilbert Arenas was saying that Kobe had to go to 4 or 5 different moves to get to the basket, that he didn't have a first step or whatever. He said he never had to change his game because dudes because he was that much better. Basically what he said.
How many championships did he win?
It doesn't matter.
I mean, essentially, that's what he was saying.
Did he win anything? He was saying in terms of head-to-heads with Kobe Bryant. Meaning, he's saying that as a defender, because the argument started from, they were saying that Kobe is better than Mike. And he was like, Kobe is not better than Mike. And they were saying that everything Jordan did, Kobe took it to another level. He was like, that's not true. I played against Kobe, and there was the one thing that they got harped on, and exactly how they got into that. Mm-hmm. They were saying that Jordan, all he was doing was a dribble pull-up. And they said there was no counters or no nothing. Gilbert was trying to say, like, bro, the only reason why Kobe had as much counters is because the first move wasn't as explosive as Jordan's first step.
Right.
I don't think that's a wrong statement.
That is
no, but you're right.
Wrong.
But
that's not.
But then he finished it by saying that he was saying a more explosive step than Kobe.
No. What he was saying is all he needed for Kobe when Kobe was the matchup was his first steps, meaning he didn't need
counters.
He didn't need counters when Kobe was guarding him. That's what he was saying. He can get to whatever.
First of all, he's talking shit about a man that's not here, bro. That's the shit that's trash, bro.
I feel like he would have said it when he
didn't win anything.
Yes, he would. He's no chill Gil.
Yeah,
Gil says whatever he wants to do.
Gil would have said
as wild as it is, he says whatever he wants.
He's probably making more money out of his podcast than he did as a fucking player.
That's not true. He made
$100 million, son. He made over $100 million back then.
And if you do the math, what he would have got paid today with that money,
yes,
astronomical.
I didn't know he retired so early.
I ain't like it either though, Chris. I ain't like the little, the subtle jabs.
I feel like it was.
He had one great game again. It was more than good.
Nice.
It was a great game.
He was nice.
60 against Kobe.
Yeah, that was a good. And Kobe made it even more. He validated more by saying, he was just throwing up shots now and again.
Yeah, you can't say that. You can't say that when you get prizes.
That was one of his best steps right there, son.
All right, this is Sportsmanlike kind of podcast, man. I still don't like it, Chris.
Yeah, it's reckless, son. It's mad fucking reckless.
Sportsmanlike conduct.